What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my video. I hope y'all are having an amazing day as usual. If you are new, please like, subscribe, and always comment down below. It really helps out with the videos. Today we are in the state of New Jersey, in the town, well, it's really a city, but yeah, the town of Lakewood, New Jersey. This is easily the most hated town in New Jersey for several reasons, but it's located in central Jersey, around exit 89 on the Garden State Parkway. I'm not sure what the exact number is because I got off at I-195 and then took a county road into Lakewood. But Lakewood is known for its Orthodox Jewish community, and this town has grown significantly in recent years. I don't have a destination here. I'm pretty much just going to drive around the town and see what's up. You know you're here when you'll see a lot of minivans for these Orthodox Jews to transport their 10-plus children. But I've heard a lot of bad things about this town. I've heard that it's very run down in certain areas. I've heard that the drivers are horrible. Like, people tell me how bad the traffic is over here. I've never been to Lakewood. I'm from North Jersey, but I never had a reason to come over to Lakewood. And yeah, we'll see what it's like. We're at 11th Street and Monmouth Avenue. So I don't really have much to say about Lakewood because I haven't been here. I'm just going off of what I've heard on the internet. And so far it seems like a lot of the cars here are banged up because there are a lot of car accidents. Yeah, these Hasidic families, they drive the Honda Odysseys like they're Hellcats. Alright, this is Lexington Ave and 11th Street. I mean, so far the houses don't seem that bad. It doesn't really appear to be run down. I mean, I saw a few trailer parks and some rundown, houses near this town, like on the fringes of the town, but I haven't seen any. It doesn't appear to be run down at all. Maybe there's certain sections. Lakewood's huge. There's over 100,000 people here, and it is now the 5th largest city in New Jersey. Okay, I'm just gonna pull out here. Almost got hit by that car. Damn, that guy's probably going like 50 and a 35. But anyways, you can see a lot of these people out and about. It is a Friday. I don't know why you would have a stop sign right here. That should either be a traffic light or just not be a stop. This is a 35-mile-per-hour road. Why are there stop signs everywhere? That's a very poor design choice, in my opinion. Yeah, people just really say terrible things about the traffic here. They say that the drivers are terrible. They say that these people are... There's a lot of controversy with the Hasidic or Orthodox Jews because of the public schools. I think there's actually a public school on my left. Yeah, it's called Clifton Avenue Grade School. Does that mean elementary school? I've never heard anybody say only old people. I've heard old people use the term grade school. Okay, it looks like we're heading into the downtown area of Lakewood. But, yeah, a lot of these towns that have a large Orthodox Jewish population, like Monroe, New York, certain parts of Brooklyn, and of course Lakewood, people say that, people are upset because all these people go to private school, right? Spring Valley, New York, in all these, like, Orthodox Jewish towns. They all go to the private schools, the Jewish schools, and the locals that live here, which usually in these towns are mostly Hispanic, like Spring Valley, New York, for example, is very Hispanic. Same thing with Lakewood. There's a lot of Hispanics in Lakewood. A lot of the people here believe that they're taking the funding out of the public schools to fund the Jewish schools, and that could definitely be the case. And another issue is a lot of these Jewish people don't report on their incomes. Now, chances are a lot of them, like the really strict religious ones that don't have jobs, chances are they're not making a lot of money, but a lot of them are. Like, the poverty rate in this town called Kiryas Joel, it's in New York. Statistically, it's the poorest town in America. That's like a 50% poverty rate, but you drive around and it doesn't look poor at all because these people, they don't report on their income, and they get out of paying a lot of taxes too. Like, that's not me trying to be anti-Semitic. I know that somebody's going to be commenting that I'm anti-Semitic. You can think that if you want, but I'm just saying, like, these people, when it comes to their money, they don't play around. Let's just say. So I'm in the downtown area. It seems like an okay downtown. Not really much going on. It seems very like a lot of Mexican-owned businesses and stuff like that. It doesn't appear to be very Jewish. And that's the case. Like, a lot of the people who work in these Jewish areas, the Hasidic Jewish areas, like if you go to, I don't know, say a store over here, all the employees are Hispanic. Of course, the owners are probably Jewish. They're definitely Jewish, but everybody that works in these areas are Hispanic. I'm sure they're doing that because they can pay these people under the table, you know, if they're illegal. I mean, they do that pretty much every business in New Jersey does that. So, dang, this person, bro. Can you like move over a little bit? You're gonna sideswipe me. Damn, this person in the Hyundai. Look at this. This road's not even that narrow. Come on, dude. This is what I'm talking about. So far, the driving is not as terrible as people are saying it is, but yeah, no, there are some bad drivers over here. Anyways, a lot of people just feel that they're just really controversial, these Jewish communities, with people who live in the area. So, you know, it's not surprising. We're gonna make a left on Martin Luther King. Oof. You know what they say about Martin Luther King Boulevard? Any Martin Luther King Boulevard is a bad area. Oh. Why is there a left turn only? This leads to literally no street. Who is designing the frickin' roads in Lakewood? Look, there is literally nowhere to go. There's a business right here. I'm gonna just put my turn signal on and go right. Try to get here before the other cars do. Yeah, wow. Why would they have, okay, a lot of cops here, damn. Oh, there's a major police activity up the street. I'm gonna go try to make a U-turn. Okay, this truck is not really trying to let me in here. But anyways, I'm gonna make a U-turn. I'm gonna make it right here. Oh, no turn on red. Are you kidding me? This is Vine Avenue. The shopping center over here looks relatively new. And there's an apartment complex in the back. But another issue with Lakewood is it's really overdeveloped. Like, the population here has grown insanely over the years. It's the fastest growing town in New Jersey. And if it keeps up the way it does, it could easily pass up Elizabeth as being the 4th largest city in New Jersey. Like, I don't think there's really that many people moving to Elizabeth. Yeah. One good thing is at least these kids play outside. A lot of kids nowadays don't play outside. So that's a good thing. They're not really exposed to technology like other people are. All right, this is Elm Street. All right, there was definitely some police activity up the road near Martin Luther. Bro, any Martin Luther King Boulevard, doesn't matter where you are, it is always the hood. I don't know if that's on purpose or what. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I think the police activity was on this street. Yeah, this is definitely a really Jewish area. You can tell because of all the minivans and stuff. Yeah, look at all the minivans over here. No, definitely wasn't this street. No, it's not this street. I think it's the next one over. Probably gonna get lost driving around here if I don't put on my directions. But I'm lazy. I don't want to edit. All right, let's go this way. I think it was up here. Yep, there's a cop. There's a lot of cops over here. God damn. This way. Yeah, they let him in even. Damn, there's a whole police operation right here. What the hell's going on? Alright. Oh. They're going on somebody's vehicle. They're searching somebody's vehicle right now. And they blocked off this road, so I'm gonna follow this person in the Honda Odyssey. The 3,000 Honda Odysseys that are over here. Like, yeah, on paper, these places show that they're extremely poor, but like, look at these brand new Honda Odyssey. Like, minivans are not cheap. They're some of the most expensive cars. I think that's why everybody's buying SUVs now. So yeah, some of these houses look nice though. I mean, poverty my ass. All right, this is, what street is this? We're gonna make a left on Cedar Bridge Avenue. All right. And then we'll go down Martin Luther King. It's about 8 o'clock right now. The shore traffic today was horrendous. Alright. Why are people not going? It's a green light. Damn. It's like stupid. Yeah, I don't understand the road designs in Lakewood. They're really, really bad. This apartment complex kind of looks sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. Should I go through here? Should I go through this apartment complex? Every city has a bad side, and I guess this is. Oh yeah, this looks really sketchy. This apartment complex does not look safe at all. The grass is overgrown. The bricks. Nothing looks well maintained over here. I mean, I've seen worse, but look at all the furniture, the beat up cars. Yeah, this is the projects. See, my Martin Luther King Boulevard theory. Well, it's not even my own theory. I saw it on the internet, but it's true. I mean, one step on Martin Luther King Boulevard and we're in the projects. I doubt this is where the Jewish people are living. I mean, I didn't see any minivans in that parking lot, but oh, there's a trailer too. There's a lot of trailers in Lakewood. Well, that property's for sale if you want. The phone number is 732-415-6007 if you're interested. Oh, there was a boarded up house right there. Yeah, I think we're in the hood now. Yeah, so what I've heard from people is that Lakewood, one part is really Jewish, the other part is just super sketchy, and these apartment complexes look sketchy. I mean, it doesn't look terrible over here. Like, clearly this is not horrible, but here's these houses are owned by the Jewish people. You can see them all over. But as I was saying before, some of the road designs over here are horrible. I mean, like, that left turn lane that led to absolutely nowhere. Okay, I think this is where I started my video at. Yeah. Alright, let's make a right then. Where I started my video at. Yeah, the road designs over here are atrocious. Like, why was there a left turn lane that led to nowhere? Why do you have these, like, really wide 35-mile-per-hour roads that have four-way stops? Like, that's just pointless. Either put in a traffic light or just don't have a stop sign there. That's so. And I turn on right? I don't know. There's an emergency vehicle. Is that a cop car or is that the Jewish police? Because they got their own police departments over here too. Some Jewish areas, I don't think Lakewood does because I've seen Lakewood cops everywhere, but some of the really Jewish communities have their own police departments because I guess they feel the need to have their own police departments. I don't know, but and they have their own ambulance services too. They're not exclusive to Jewish people. Like if you call, they're called Hatzola. If you call Hatzola, they'll respond to any call, but they have them in New York, New Jersey, South Florida, because like places like Boca Raton are pretty much all Jewish. It's good to see that kids are playing outside. That's a good thing about this community. You see all the kids playing outside. They're not really exposed to technology. They have their like kosher phones and stuff. I'm not gonna go through the alleyway. Nah. Where does this go? It's a one-way. And it leads to somebody's driveway. Does this lead? Wait, can I go around here? Okay, here we go. Yeah, statistically, okay, this is a dead end. Is it? Or can I? This is so weird, bro. Blind corner, proceed with caution. Okay. Let's slide back over here. Can I make a right? Yeah. Yo, all these houses look pretty nice. Kept up pretty well. Yeah, I don't think Lakewood's that bad. I mean, those apartment complexes look run down, but other than that, it doesn't appear to be like ghetto or anything. It's not like Newark or Camden or something like that. Although I have heard that there's a lot of really trashy communities around Lakewood. And yeah, on the drive over here, there were some trashy looking trailers. Well, yeah, South Jersey a lot of South Jersey looks like the deep South. This is not really South Jersey. This is more central, but like if you go south of Toms River, some of those towns really do look like the South, especially Vineland and stuff. It feels very southern down there, I will say. All right, this is, yeah, every once in a while there's some really rundown looking houses over here, but nothing like that crazy. This is Route 9. Route 9 is a horrible highway. It runs pretty much through the whole state from north to south. It goes from the George Washington Bridge down to Cape May. And I can tell you that it's just a terrible road. It's really long, trafficy. They call it the poor man's parkway because it's the toll-free option that runs parallel to the parkway. That store is called Viva Mexico. Viva Mexico. Oh, this is Hat Solar right here. I don't know if you can see the emergency vehicles, but that's their headquarters. That is the Jewish EMTs. I've heard that their response time is really good. Go, man. Go. Yeah, anyways, I've heard that their response time's really good. Which could, yeah, I mean, that's good. Their emergency vehicles are really loud. I've seen videos of them, and they have like these really weird sounding engines on their ambulances, and they have these they look like undercover vehicles. They're probably EMTs, but they're driving like Range Rovers, really fancy looking cars. Like, I'm like, where the hell do they get the money for that? Like these Orthodox communities, they are sketchy when it comes to money. I don't know if you can see, but there's a abandoned house on the left. Is it abandoned? Because sometimes you go by some of these houses and you can't tell if they're abandoned. Nope, it's not abandoned. There's a garbage can in the front. Oof. That grass hasn't been mowed for probably like a month. All right. On my right is Monmouth Medical Center. We're in Ocean County, but okay. Oh, they got a Rita's over here. And it's owned by RWJ Barnabas, which owns most of the hospitals in North Jersey, so that's pretty cool. And you got these like little girls walking down this highway. That is not safe. No supervision either. Yeah, a lot of the parents don't really supervise their kids in these areas. I guess they feel that it's really safe. Like some of these Orthodox Jewish communities that are pretty much exclusively Orthodox Jew are really safe. Like they have no crime, but Lakewood doesn't look that safe to me. Like there's half of the community is Orthodox Jews, the other half is Hispanics. I don't know, but Lakewood isn't known for being really safe. Yeah, Route 9 is so long. That was mile marker 100. You got like 100 more miles till you reach Cape May. Evergreen Kosher Supermarket on my left. Yeah, so far the drivers don't seem that bad over here. Honestly, the worst drivers in New Jersey are definitely, oh, they got the fancy hats. They're furry hats. Anyways, the drivers in Jersey City are the worst. Jersey City drivers are impatient, aggressive, stupid. Like they will, like you're making a right turn, you're in the right turning lane, they will turn right and go around you, like to make that same turn. How stupid is that? Like, I know the traffic is bad, but unless you're in labor, and are trying to get to the hospital, or there's an emergency situation, you have no excuse to be driving like that. I don't know what the speed limit is over here, but I'm going 45. Looks like a bunch of stores over here, convenience stores, kosher markets, liquor store. Oh, they have kosher wine. Yeah, there is kosher wine. I thought these like religious Jewish people, I didn't know that they drank. I thought they didn't drink alcohol. They didn't drink alcohol or eat pork, but I know for a fact Muslims don't drink alcohol, but I guess Jewish people do. Burger King. Man, this area just looks really unwalkable. Like there's some areas where there's sidewalks, and then the sidewalk just ends out of nowhere. Ice cream house. That is a big ice cream store. Holy shit. $0 a gallon for gas. I wish. Oh, they got Mexican food in that gas station. I bet that Mexican food is delicious. I was gonna say bussin', but I hate when people say that. No, that Mexican food is probably amazing. The more sketchy a Mexican place looks, the better the food is. Okay, so it's a 50. I can go even faster. So yeah, we got Stop and Shop, McDonald's. Are we still in Lakewood? We might be heading towards Tom's River at this point. Tom's River's like 10 minutes from Lakewood, but they're right next to each other. I'm gonna try to go through as much of Lakewood as I can, so I'm gonna make a left here. This is called North Maple Avenue. All right, it looks like an arterial road, kind of. It's not a main road, but it looks like a major road. Speed limit of 40. The houses over here look nice. I don't know what. Yeah, there are some like rundown looking parts of Lakewood, but all of it to me seems pretty nice. Like these houses, some of the side streets over here, the houses are really nice. I'm gonna go down one of these side streets. This road is called Fiddler's Run. Okay. Granted, it's not rush hour. It's Friday at like 8 o'clock, so rush hour is over, but damn. What are these people doing for a living? What the hell are these people doing for a living to be affording houses like this? I don't know. You know what they say, Jewish people own everything. And it's low-key kind of true. I mean, they play a big role in Wall Street, the entertainment industry. Should I ask that guy? There was a guy walking around. Should I ask him what do you do for a living? He'll probably ignore me. I'm gonna ask him. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Nice houses. I'm gonna ask him. What do y'all do for nice houses? Nice houses. Nice houses, man. What do y'all do for a living?
Looking for a job.
Looking for a job? Alright. He's full of shit. I kind of felt nervous asking him that, but looking for a job. Yeah, I know you're lying, bro. Unemployed? Please, if you have a job in New Jersey, you can't even afford a one-bedroom apartment. New Jersey, I mean, it's probably cheaper around here, but North Jersey, please, you cannot get an apartment working pretty much any minimum wage job in New Jersey. It's pretty looking for a job. You are a liar. Some nice houses over here though. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see why Lakewood is so hated. I mean, it seems like a nice town to me. Oh, there's a huge party going on at that house on my right. Saw like 30 people in there. Yeah, they do. I've seen videos of the bar mitzvahs and some of the parties they throw. They look lit, honestly. They're dancing to that like that music that's like, or it's like something like that. Are those non-Jewish people? Well, they could be Jewish. They look Italian though. Then again, Italian and Jewish people look very similar. Anyways, got their scooters. Yeah, I mean, growing up here, I think if I honestly grew up here in my teen years, I'd probably want to like leave the Orthodox community. But as a kid growing up here, you definitely have like a better childhood than a lot of kids have nowadays. You know, a lot of kids today are just glued to their phones, and you know, and I can see like, you know, living over here, you know, you could definitely have a nice childhood. There's a lot of space, you know, a lot of nice houses. You know, you got like a strong sense of community. Like these people, they value family a lot. Like the main focuses in these communities is family and religion. Religion mostly, but family. Jewish people are really family oriented, and I think that's honestly one of the good things about living here. Alright, apparently we're entering the historic part of Lakewood, which doesn't look historic at all. Alright, some of these houses over here look a little bit run down, so we're gonna head down these areas. But yeah, you can just tell that there is a big divide between the Mexican and the Jewish areas. Okay, I think a Jewish person lives there. That might be the landlords over here. I don't know, but you can see that these houses, the car with the rims, yeah, that's definitely a Mexican. Trucks with rims, pickup trucks. Yeah, these houses look very run down. Definitely some poverty over here. You can see. Yeah, that's a Mexican. There's a lot of Mexican people in that yard. I mean, I'm assuming they're Mexican, but they could be Central American. I don't know. Damn, they got a whole couch in their front yard. Cars out front. Wow, the divide between the divide over here is crazy, bro. Like one block, like just not even 5 minutes ago, you had these beautiful, beautiful houses, and then look at this. This is really trashy. Oh my gosh. Not really trashy. Not like rural Mississippi trashy, but it's like a big difference. Wow. You know what? Maybe now I see why Lakewood's so hated, because, you know, the divide in the community is real, bro. Like, you got overgrown grass, which is funny because a lot of these people are probably landscapers, but overgrown grass, you know. Some of the houses look okay, but a lot of them look very run down. There's still a lot of kids playing outside. I mean, one thing that Jewish people and Mexican people have in common is they're very family oriented. So there's still a lot of kids playing outside. It's a beautiful day. They have so many cars, bro. Some of these houses, the cars in these driveways look nicer than the houses. Like, these people, like, some of these driveways, they got like 5 cars. One for your tío, your tía. Look at it, man. They got mad cars, bro. This is Erica Road. Look at all the this house that I'm driving by has like 3 hammocks in the front. Hammock in your front. I would not want to lay in my front yard. Alright, we're gonna make a right on this street. Eisenhower, autistic child area. Wow. Look at all the cars over here. Why do these people need so many cars? Insane. So, you guys see the divide here. I mean, I really didn't notice until the end of the video, but I mean, this is not like dirt poor. This isn't like crazy poverty, but this is definitely like a little bit run down. And I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but there was a house with a couch in the front, overgrown grass, abandoned cars in the driveway. Like, that's not... Alright, let's go down this block. I gotta start using my turn signal. Dang, that person has like a whole pop-up shop in their driveway. Looks like he's selling like water ice or you know, something like that. No stop sign here. What are these supposed to do? Even if I see that there's no stop sign, I'm still gonna stop. I don't know. Alright, this is Marshall Street. This is interesting, bro. Interesting. Wow. The difference, I mean, between the areas, just look at it. Oh, that house, you got like 10 cars in the driveway and the house looks like it's about to fall apart. That is rough, bro. Wow. How do these people afford these cars? Like, all those cars combined are probably worth more than these houses. But it's just like, why do you need that many cars? I don't know. I like cars, but I mean, I'm gonna make a U-turn just to show you guys what the average house in this neighborhood looks like. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep going down this street. Alright, this is gonna pretty much finish up our tour of Lakewood. Huge difference between the Jewish areas and the Mexican areas. I mean, wow, the divide over here is real. Now I see why people say Lakewood's run down, because I mean, if you look at these houses, like they are run down. Wow. And the sad part too is that these people are 10 times more hardworking than the orthodox people. Like, that's the sad part about this. Like, I know Mexicans are the hardest working people in this country, and I know because I work at a restaurant. I'm working in the front of house, but all the chefs are Mexican. They are there from like 10:30 in the morning, 11. Actually, they get there at like 11, and they don't get out of there till 1 in the morning. That's how hard work. Like, they are working the whole day, you know, to provide for their families. So, you know, maybe give some of their money to the people that they know in Mexico, like their family there. And yeah, pretty much all the people that work in my restaurant in the kitchen are Mexican, and they work really hard, you know. And it's sad to see the way that they get treated in this country, because, you know, especially now with Trump as president. Look, you got people spray painting all over the mailboxes, you know, just trashy as hell. That person has a tent in the front of their house. Here comes a cop. The divide is, look, people parking on their front lawns. This looks like Florida. This doesn't even look like New Jersey. I feel like I'm in, you know, central Florida near Orlando or some shit. But anyways, there's such hardworking people, you know, whether they're doing construction, agriculture, landscaping. They work really hard to provide for their families, and they get treated like shit by racist Americans. You know, now they got to worry about the deportations with ICE, because not only is ICE deporting illegal immigrants, but they're also deporting legal ones, and they're deporting American citizens, like that one in El Salvador. It's terrible. You know, they should not be allowed to be going into schools and stuff like that. It's really unfortunate what the Mexican community has to deal with now that Trump's president. I didn't vote this election because I honestly think that both of them were terrible. And I was honestly siding with Trump over Kamala, but now that what I'm seeing with Trump doing as president is just terrible. He's virtually ruined this. He's ruining the country as we speak. And I just, you know, feel sorry, because ICE is not going after the violent criminals. The violent criminals are the Venezuelans. The Mexicans are chill. The Mexicans are hardworking. It's really the Haitians and the Venezuelans that are dangerous. And not all of them, of course, you know. Let's go through this new development over here. This is definitely for the Jewish community. Yeah. Oh, this looks horrible. Not in like a bad way. The houses look okay, but there's no trees anywhere. This has got to be one of the most dystopian looking blocks I've ever been on. No trees. Every single house looks exactly the same. You're gonna go into your house and then be in the wrong house. Like, what in the hell? This looks horrible. Okay, now I see why people hate Lakewood. It took me 30 minutes to realize that, but damn. Yeah, I don't like this community. I don't like the divide. Like pretty much all these people, like, I'm sure some of the people here own business, a lot of them own businesses, but a lot of them don't work. A lot of these people just read the Torah and go to synagogue. They don't really work that much. They don't work nearly as hard as the Mexican community. And the divide, like, these people have brand new houses, really nice cars, nice clothing. I've heard that the hats that they wear are not the yarmulkes, but the hats that they wear, some of them go up to $5,000. These people have to have connections to Wall Street or something, because there's no way that you could afford these kind of houses not working. It's not possible, especially in New Jersey. So it's just, I'm curious about these communities. They're really interesting to me, and I've never been to Lakewood, and I gotta say, I am shocked by the type of community it is. You know, God bless the Mexicans that live here, because I know that they're working very hard. You know, the divide is real. But anyways, that is definitely going to wrap up this video. I didn't think it would go on this long, and I probably went down every street in Lakewood. Is this Route 9? Oh, it's Route 70. Okay. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.